Wonderful. Well, hello, Mariko. Thank you so much for joining us today. I'm really excited to be in conversation with you. So, before we jump into all the things, I would
Mhm,
love for you to introduce a little bit more about yourself, who you
mhm,
are, where you're located,
uh-huh,
what you do.
mhm. Yeah. Thank you so much for having me. My name is Mariko Tamegai. I'm Reiki Master, Sound Healing Practitioner, and End of Life Doula. I live in
Mm.
the Brooklyn and I'm located in New York City.
Mm.
And now, yeah.
Beautiful. And just to make sure I caught that last part correctly, did you say end
Okay.
of life?
End of Life Doula.
Doodle. Now, what is that?
So End of Life Doula is like, birth doula. Somebody is
Yeah.
helping for the birth. But End of Life Doula is
Oh,
the opposite. Somebody called like a death doula. So if
yes.
somebody is like going to transition to the other world, we're gonna help like we're gonna help and support for emotionally and also like this moment is so many people like emotionally struggle
Mm.
and collecting the family and we do ritual and yeah that's
Wow.
that's end of life doula.
Okay. Yes. I actually had a
Mm-hmm.
friend who
Mm-hmm.
does that as well. So
Uh-huh.
I we can definitely tap into that a little bit
Yeah,
too,
yeah,
because I'm super
yeah,
curious to
totally.
hear,
Uh-huh.
what
Yeah.
that experience and journey has been like for you.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I'm offering grief treatment too. Grief is
Mm.
a part of like end of life doula work.
Mm.
Yeah, after
Mm.
some of the family member passed away and the rest of family is like it's a grief.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wow. That's
Yeah.
really potent and powerful work to be in. So that's
It
beautiful.
is. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, okay,
Yeah.
so let's talk a little bit about
Mm-hmm.
how you got into Reiki. You said you're a Reiki master,
Okay.
which is
Yeah.
like high level, sounds like to me.
I'm more like practice oriented and also I can't remember like how many times already had like a Reiki session. I used to taking a journal like when I studied like as a Reiki practitioner, like each
Mm.
session like a journal, but I stopped it. I know I should start again. Yeah, it's a lot of Reiki session
Wow.
since 2018. So the reason why I'm become Reiki practitioner is I'm also like still doing my own grief processing and 2016 I had a tragic event. I lost my husband.
Mm.
So that's the reason like
Oh.
yeah, I started my spiritual journey and also like has been so hard for me to like healing my own grief and I went to psychiatrist therapist and I
Mm.
was on the antidepressants and it was so hard for me to living that life like 2016 it's like I can't remember what's going on in the world because
Mm.
I live like living my own like yeah, deeply like heavy world. Then 2018, I cutting off antidepressants, and one of my friend was introduced to me like Reiki. I didn't know that, and she was like, "You Japanese, right?" Like, yeah. Why you don't know Reiki? Is it? I don't know.
Wow.
Then she tried on me for like we have Reiki session and I was so like surprised and so healing. Yeah, when she placed hand to my body, it was like, oh wow, the
Mm.
moment. Then I started practice 2018. I took
Okay.
Reiki level 1. Then Reiki level 2 2018 and 2019 I got Reiki Master.
Wow.
Yeah. And
Wow.
also like so many people has been helping me like during my like grief processing like so many family and also like friends surrounding me. I couldn't survive without this help and of course doctor and yeah, I just wanna bring back and also like sharing like supportive to others during a heavy moment
Mm,
because I know that feeling of like heavy grief is like it's it's just brutal.
mm. Wow. Well, I'm
Yeah.
so sorry to hear that you tragically lost your husband, and it sounds like that event was very catalyzing for you. It got you
Yeah.
on this path
Right.
of studying Reiki, of like
Yeah.
you said, your spiritual awakening and your spiritual
Uh-huh.
journey.
Yeah.
And it's really interesting how
Mm-hmm.
you did level one, then you did level two, then you
Mm-hmm.
became a master. It's like it just really
Mm-hmm.
kind of like activated this path for
Uh-huh.
you.
Yeah.
So I'm curious, like when your clients come
Yeah.
to you and they're maybe going through a
Mm-hmm.
similar process or just going through a really
Mm-hmm.
activating experience,
Mm-hmm.
what do you feel like is the maybe the number one
Mm-hmm.
advice or piece of wisdom you give to them to
Mm-hmm.
really allow them to be able to like have that experience? You know, you said the first
Mm-hmm.
time you had Reiki, it was
Mm-hmm.
like there was like this level of surrender you were in because of what you were going
Mm-hmm.
through that to me it sounds like it just
Mm-hmm.
really supported you. So I'm curious for other
Mm-hmm.
people who are coming into that practice, you know,
Mm-hmm.
maybe they've heard of Reiki or they've had some other
Mm-hmm.
experience with Reiki, like
Yeah.
how like what really
Uh-huh.
supports them in like deepening into the
Yeah.
experience.
Right. So if somebody is coming to me for a Reiki session or grief healing, is like I think it's grief is like unfortunately never ending.
Mm,
The person or like the event we never forget,
mm,
but we have to live with it. So it's
yeah.
more like how we like integrate or more like how we adapting like a grief or the moment, like, so many of us has a trauma.
Yeah.
We have to live with it.
Mm,
So our job is more like, how we adapting and also like it's okay to feel sadness. It's okay to feel like a guilt. I still have guilty, of course. Yeah,
mm,
it's okay to have it. Yeah. So it's more like understanding, like, yeah,
mm,
yeah. And
mm,
also, like, I think it's like, to me, it's like, I think experience makes us so strong, even
mm,
though, like, it's such a horrible, like, I wish I didn't have it. Of course, like everybody's
mm,
so like, yeah, we don't want to get any trauma or yeah, any terrible things happen to us. But I think his experience makes us so strong, and yeah, we gonna share like if some of people has like trouble, trouble. Sorry for my English. Terrible experience, but
mhm.
you know the feeling, and you can share and you can support that person too.
Yeah. Oh, wait. I love that I just love all of that, what you
Yeah,
just shared, but especially the piece
yeah.
around like it's okay to
Mm-hmm.
feel sad.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, I think it's like it's sometimes some people have difficult time like crying,
Hmm.
especially like who has like male body. Yeah, identify as a male. Like it's some masculinity in the United States.
Hmm.
Like it's hard to cry, but it's
Yeah.
crying is so beautiful and we have like emotion like anger, sadness, happiness, or joy. And I grew up in Japan, and in my country, it's so difficult to show like anger. If
Mm.
somebody's showing anger, it's like a shame.
Wow.
So it was so hard for me. It's like how I can show the anger like during grief processing because grief like we have sadness, anger, deny, and yeah,
Hmm.
these like 5 stages of like yeah grief
Mm.
processing. It's so hard to showing my anger. Yeah, but
Mm.
as a human being, so we have to like release anger too.
Yes.
We shouldn't hold like inside of our body. It's like it's not good.
Yeah, 100%. What do you feel like really
Yeah,
helped you to
yeah.
develop that relationship with to anger through processing your grief?
hmm I think it's anger is more like toward to myself,
Mm.
like why I couldn't save someone. and also toward to the person or toward to the event, like anger. But this kind of like emotion is like we have it, so we have to release.
Mm,
That's the more like yeah, key point for like healing processing. We have to release.
release.
Yeah,
Mm,
release the anger.
yeah.
Whatever,
Yeah.
like each person has a different like release the anger. Somebody is screaming, or somebody is like dancing could be, and somebody,
Yes, you're right. Dancing is a
yeah,
great form of
oh,
release.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We have somatic yeah healing too, or some of people just running or swimming, or I think it's good to do something with physical.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, singing also could be showing anger too. Like we can just sing it like heavy metal, like, like we can do too.
I love that. Yes,
Yeah, yeah,
totally.
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
feel like because I've had a few Reiki sessions, and I
Mm,
feel like for me, what I've always really
mm,
enjoyed about Reiki is
mm,
that I can kind of just come and and come with that openness and come with like, okay, I know I'm wanting to work through this thing, or I know like I've
mm,
been feeling maybe confused or a little overwhelmed, and
mm,
I can come to this safe space, this safe place
mm,
where
mm,
I can essentially release. I'm with
mm,
a trusted source, a trusted practitioner. It's going to help me
mm,
move some of this energy, but I see it
mm,
as an opportunity to connect in deeper with myself. I'm not sure
mm.
how
Yeah.
your flow
Mm,
goes with in your practice, and we can talk a little bit about that, like what a client
mm,
can expect to be in session
right.
with you.
Uh-huh.
But yeah,
Yeah.
for me, it was like, okay, cool. I'm on the table with my practitioner, she's doing her thing.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
yeah.
tap in. I'm gonna go into meditation and just
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
like, or
Uh-huh.
sometimes it's just like maybe I
Yeah.
don't need to do so much internal work. Maybe it's just like just be
Uh-huh.
here and just see what
Uh-huh.
comes up, just see what comes
Right.
up in your body. So
Uh-huh.
I'm curious when you're
Yeah.
with clients, how does that
Uh-huh.
process sort of look for you?
Right. Yeah, that's really good question. So therefore, I think it's like this kind of like healing, any kind of healing work, we have to be relaxed
Mm,
first. Otherwise, yeah, we're not gonna open our heart.
mm,
Yeah, if somebody is like really tired, how they can open like her. So
mm,
it's a good way to start Reiki. Is more like restorative. Like when we start Reiki session, people just like warm hand, nice music. It's like a
mm-hmm.
laying down and a safe place. It's so nice to like getting into more relaxation. Then we go deep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the key. And also like we have to have trust.
Mm,
That's the key too. And I'm so honored and I'm so privileged to like somebody is trusting me. It's like, can you imagine? I'm just stranger. We never met like before a
mm,
session and people laying down in front of me.
yeah.
It's very vulnerable, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, then they let me touch. So there's trust. Trust is the
Mm,
key for like getting into, yeah, trust and love,
mm.
I think. Yeah. Unconditional
Oh,
love, of course.
I love that. I want a session with you.
Come to New York City.
I
Yeah,
know.
yeah. I'm offering the remote session too, and the community Reiki online
Oh, okay.
every Friday, 3 to 4 online.
I didn't even know that. Okay.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
talk
yeah.
to us a little bit about that. What does an online
Okay.
Reiki session look like?
Okay, so online Reiki session we usually use for the Zoom,
Hmm.
but I'm not sending to the Reiki to the computer
Mm.
like screen like this. No, I'm not. We are not. So remote session is okay, calling Reiki, and we're gonna channeling universal life force energy and through my body and transfer the Reiki energy, right? So
Mm.
remote session is we're gonna channeling to universal life force energy and third or fifth dimension to send it to Reiki to your body. So it's
Ooh.
not like I'm going to send it to computer. It doesn't
Wow.
matter. So we usually use for computer like a Zoom, but some of my client doesn't want to use computer. So that means we setting up time and I'm just texting, are you ready for the 8 p.m.? And she said, yes. Then, yeah, turn off the any. Yeah, electronics,
Wow.
and I'm sending the Reiki. So it doesn't matter using Zoom or not.
What?
Doesn't matter. This is just computer,
I am
It's
like,
computer.
it's like I know that, but I think
Mm,
it kind of goes back to that trust piece of like, wow, like
mm,
if I'm not doing the computer,
yeah.
I'm just maybe what she's like just kind of sitting in her zone of meditation and you're like, okay, cool, like I'm
Mm-hmm.
starting the Reiki now and
Yeah.
you're just
Mm-hmm.
transferring the Reiki
Right.
like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. That's
Wow.
why for distance Reiki is Reiki level 2. So if we have to have a permission to send the Reiki, we cannot like send it randomly, like,
Oh.
because sometimes the Reiki energy could be possible to more powerful healing. And somebody driving a car, like sending Reiki randomly, it's like, yeah,
They
I
might get a
don't
jolt
think,
or something.
yeah, like, oh my God, I'm feeling good, like, when
Mm,
driving. So, yeah,
incredible.
yeah. But I think it's a remote session is like people kind of skeptical. I understand until they had experience.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So,
Oh my goodness.
yeah,
Wow, that's
please
incredible.
join us.
I
It's
am.
online
Yeah, I'm
and
gonna check out the website and see when it is.
yeah, it's pretty affordable, starting $5.
Oh, what? Oh yeah. And that's this
Yeah,
Friday? I mean, I know like at the
ev
time of recording this, but and
yeah,
every Friday following that. Okay.
Every Friday online 3 to 4 and in person 5 to 6.
Okay. Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
definitely gonna check it out.
yeah,
Yes, I will. I love that so
yeah,
much. I think that's beautiful.
yeah,
And I think,
yeah.
you know, energy, just hearing you share your experience and
Mm-hmm,
your experience with Reiki in particular,
mm-hmm,
it just really shows you like how powerful and how potent energy
mm-hmm,
is. And I
mm-hmm,
know, this work is becoming more, we were talking earlier,
mm-hmm,
more trendy and everyone's like the Reiki
mm-hmm.
and the this and the that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm,
But I think it really speaks to like this medicine is really
mm-hmm,
powerful. This like energetic medicine is so powerful and
mm-hmm.
so potent. And
Yeah.
yes, it's great that it's trendy and all of that. More people are
Mm-hmm,
starting to become more aware of these tools and
mm-hmm.
resources that they have
Right.
access
Yeah.
to. But I think
Mm-hmm,
also just really honoring like the medicine and the
mm-hmm,
wisdom and the
mm-hmm,
technology that
mm-hmm,
these resources sort of
mm-hmm,
that they like impart in us. You know what I mean? Like you're
mm-hmm.
talking about like sending
Right.
energy to the third and fourth and fifth dimension and then that going into the client. I mean, like that's really powerful stuff.
Yeah. So for the online was like I started 2020 like during a pandemic. Maha Rose was sabbatical.
Hmm.
So I started hosting like online community Reiki during the pandemic was so powerful and
Mm.
some of like people just crying like yeah
Yeah.
on the Zoom and people just wanna connect.
Yes.
And it was hard for me to, I mean, I think all of us like learning the Zoom is like what's going on this like a little square, like, screen, like talking to like, okay, how can I talk? Like,
Yeah.
right now is I'm kind of used to it and I'm comfortable right now, but used to
Hmm.
be like, okay, what is this?
I know. It's taken us a little minute to
Hmm.
to to relax into the
Right,
virtual
right, right, right.
world.
True. Yeah, but that
Hmm.
time I think yeah, we connect so well, and I'm so glad like Lisa gave me like opportunity for like yeah
Yeah.
hosting online community Reiki, and that year has been like my like a practice. What's like
Mm.
yeah,
Mm.
it's profoundly like yeah, I feel more comfortable to doing for like yeah Reiki session
Mm.
too.
I love that. And now,
Hmm.
how long have you been in collaboration with Maha Rose?
I start study 2018, but I before I used to go to the community Reiki there,
Hmm.
2018. Before I can't remember when. Probably 2000, late 2016 or
Okay.
2017. Yeah, yeah, it's
So
been
it
a
was right
while.
after the passing of your
Yeah,
husband.
yeah, yeah. Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
And was that just like were you living in the area and you found out about them? Had you already
Uh-huh.
always known about Maha Rose? Like I guess like how did you kind of
Right.
chance upon them?
Yeah, I kind of know, and I used to live in Williamsburg.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, until 2021.
Okay.
Yeah,
So you were in the area.
yeah,
Beautiful.
yeah.
Wow.
And yeah, I love like studying, and I want to keep up like my skill, and this kind of work is like it's so many things like I still learning a lot.
Hmm.
And early 2020, I got like sound school,
Oh
like sound,
yeah.
yeah, sound practitioner certified. Then 2020 that one. Then 2021. No, no, no. I can't remember the 2020 or 2021. I studied for End of Life Doula.
Okay.
Hmm. Yeah.
Mm.
Then I studied this year cranial sacrum therapy.
Wait, what is it?
Cranial sacrum?
Oh, I've had that too.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
That is,
I had a training this year.
oh wow. So like
Yeah.
how long are
Mhm.
you in training as you're like expanding your experience with these modalities? How long
Mhm.
are you in training? Oh no, what's the question here? The question is
Yeah.
after you complete your training,
Mhm.
how long do you wait before you start to really offer that modality
Okay.
in your
Okay.
service, in your
Uh-huh.
practice?
Right. So for the sound healing is like I used to be play music, so I kind of
Mm.
know like how to like engaging the energy for like when I play music. Yeah. So sound healing is more like easy. No, how should I say that? Sound healing is more like smooth to like I'm more
Mm.
confident to do it.
Hmm.
Yeah. And also like end of life doula is I been like study about like grief after like my happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, my accident happened. So yeah, it was yeah, comfortable, but not yet. Cranial sacrum therapy is not yet.
Not
I
yet.
have to practice more. No, 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 no.
Is it just like a feeling that you have of like, okay, I've practiced
Uh-huh.
enough. Like I feel
Mm-hmm.
ready to like
Yes.
really offer
Yeah.
this. Okay.
Yes, and also like a feedback when I'm practice my
Mm.
friend and my colleague and yeah, feedback.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. Now, is this something you're going to be offering at Maha Rose, this craniosacral therapy soon?
I hope so, but I need more practice.
More practice. So maybe like
Yeah,
2025, spring
sure.
2025.
Yeah, 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 sure. Yeah, no, not this year.
Not this
I mean,
year.
this
Got it.
this year is like yeah, it's almost done. So
I
yeah,
love that.
yeah, and it's so nice to have like many different modality, especially like a combination between sound and Reiki is so
Hmm.
powerful healing. Yeah, when I offering Maha Rose sound bath and Reiki healing
Mm.
meditation, it's
Oh,
so
so you'll do
powerful
them at the same
healing.
time. You'll do the Reiki and the sound healing at the same time.
Yeah. So for
Mm.
the Reiki is we are able to bring the Reiki energy to the space.
Hmm.
Then I'm start like sending Reiki to like each person too. And when I play like instrumental, also like we call the Reiki infused sound. So
Mm.
it's more like a deep and I think it's like our like Reiki practitioner, we know like how to engage the energy to the
Mm.
room. Yeah. Even though we're not
Mm.
gonna like touch like
Right.
actual touching, we are engaging the energy in our room. And sometimes I'm just joking myself, it's like I'm like energy conductor. So when I workshop or community Reiki in person, so many people surrounding, so many people different energy, including me. My energy like every day is different. Some days high, some days low, some days
Mm.
neutral. So
Hmm.
I'm more like engaging like each person's energy to connecting to make a one
Mm.
peaceful and beautiful energy. That's why like community Reiki. it's so good. Like after
Wow.
community, like we don't wanna leave here. Okay, next workshop we have to setting up. So I wish we can stay more longer,
Oh, wow.
including me.
Hmm.
Everyone feels so peaceful and beautiful,
Mm.
including like yeah, we have many like Reiki practice like each week for the practice. So each week different practitioner coming to and joining us. So
Wow.
yeah,
Beautiful. Oh,
yeah,
thank
I
you so
love
much for
community Reiki
sharing.
so
Yeah,
much.
for sharing, like really giving that in-depth behind the scenes look
Uh-huh,
at what it looks like, because that does sound pretty beautiful. And there's like something
uh-huh,
I think the pandemic really taught us,
mm-hmm,
for the people who are already on the path prior to the
mm-hmm,
pandemic, a lot of us
right,
were like kind of like, solo, doing our healing on our own,
mm-hmm,
trying to figure out what's happening, what's going on. And then the
yeah,
pandemic really invited us
uh-huh,
deeper into community. And I think
right,
that's when we really started to see the shift of like, oh wow, like healing in
mm-hmm,
community is just
mm-hmm,
as powerful, if not more powerful, than
mm-hmm,
just healing off on our own in a little silo,
mm-hmm,
just
mm-hmm,
trying to make sense of our individual
mm-hmm,
worlds. And so
mm-hmm,
what it sounds like to me is like that
mm-hmm,
is what's translating in these community
mm-hmm,
Reiki sessions. People are really starting to get an understanding of like, oh wow, like when I'm in
mm-hmm,
community, when I'm sharing this
mm-hmm,
energy with other people, like it's just a
mm-hmm.
different level.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's so, yeah, community Reiki has been so lovely and yeah, community Reiki has been like so honor feeling and it's just beautiful way to like
Mm.
gathering like every Friday. Yeah, online 3 to 4 and in person 5 to 6 and some more people bring the mother or family member or sister and
Wow.
yeah getting yeah come to community Reiki and we're gonna go to dinner after this. It's so cute.
I love that.
Yeah, and bring a friend or yeah bring a partner or bring the
Mm.
kids too.
Ooh,
Yeah,
yes. Teach them young, start them young.
uh-huh, yeah, I mean they just need laying down, they don't need to
Mm-hmm.
do anything, so
Mm-hmm.
it's a nice to
Oh,
have like
this
yeah.
is this has been such a beautiful conversation, and I do want to like
Hmm.
just do a slight little dipping our toes into that
Hmm.
grief section that
Sure,
you brought up
sure.
earlier, just
Yeah.
because
Hmm.
the holidays are amongst
Hmm.
us. I know that brings up
Right.
a lot
Yeah.
of different feelings and
Totally.
emotions for people who have lost loved
Uh-huh.
ones, who aren't able to
Yeah.
spend time with loved ones. So,
Uh-huh.
just any words of wisdom that you'd
Hmm.
like to share with the community around just navigating grief and just different levels of
Hmm.
emotions and feelings when, as we kind
Hmm.
of come to a close with another year.
Uh-huh. Right. Yeah. I totally feel like this like a time of the year and the holiday season, Thanksgiving, Christmas, and Hanukkah. It's so hard for like somebody lost a loved one, family member, even neighbors. It's so hard for all of us. But I think it's like, it's each person is grief processing is different. Some more people still crying. It's
Mm,
okay to cry. Some more people like, they don't want to think about it. It's okay to do that way too. So each person is processing different way, like grief processing.
mm,
But it's so nice to way to like celebrate with like that loved one used to be like a favorite food, eating together or singing some song,
mm,
or like, you know, we can just talk about that person. Yeah,
mm,
it's a beautiful way to connecting. And to me, if somebody in a very deep grief processing right now, but I believe that we can always connecting like spirit. The
mm,
body is not exist this world anymore, but spirit and soul is like existing forever.
mm.
Yeah,
I love that. Thank you for
yeah,
sharing that.
right, totally.
Yes.
Yeah.
Any other final words of wisdom? Anything else that you'd like to leave with the people?
uh, for sorry, I'm just a little pleased right now. I think it's like our work is like healing processing, grief processing, like any holding all of us right now as well. It's like it's so hard for to think about like what's gonna happen in the future or like
Mm,
we don't know and but I think it's like this moment is like this vulnerable moment it's we are able to more like opening up like
mm,
our heart our body and more like think thinking our life is so meaningful and each of us like supporting and yeah I think it's like sorry I don't know what am I saying right now.
yes, you do. Yes, you do. Keep going. Keep going. Keep
Sorry,
going.
oops. Sometimes I English English is my second language. Sometimes wait a minute, what am I talking right now? It's that's happened too. So sorry. Yeah, I think it's so important to like connecting and supporting and please please don't give up. Like
Mm,
you are not alone, and there's always I strongly believe that there's always support somewhere
mm,
in the community or outside of community, internet or in the whole world or internationally. There's somewhere it's like we can connect, we can support. So please, you are no, just
mm.
be alone. No.
Thank you for that.
And
Someone needed to hear that. Someone needed to hear
yeah,
that. Thank
and
you.
we are always here for supporting you and please don't hesitate to reach us.
Yes, yes, you all.
Yeah.
Make sure you go to maharose.com and book a session with Mariko.
Yes, please. Yeah,
Get
and
this potent medicine.
right, I'm offering a Reiki session and grief healing sessions and the healing and private session and group private session and online community Reiki, in-person community Reiki every Friday.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Mariko.
Thank you so much.